Oh my gosh. Definitely got to watch out. I don't know what kind that is. I don't think it's anything to worry about, but I'm not 100% on it. Welcome back to the channel, everyone. This is Red Dirt Resale. I am in Alabama this morning at a U-Haul facility. Paid $120 for this unit. It's a 10 by 20. It's full. There's a big dirty mattress right in the front, but there's a lot of boxes. And man, I've been having a hard time getting units here lately. And what I mean by that is I bid on units, they cancel. I'm winning them, and then they cancel. So I keep trying to. I've got some very, very nice units all around Atlanta, but they keep canceling. The people keep paying up every single time. It's a little bit frustrating because I win it, and so then I start making plans to go get it. So once I win that one, I don't want to win one immediately right after and then have, several big units to go get, within a day or two. So you stop bidding, and then an hour or two later, they send you a message, oh, it's canceled, the person paid up. And so then at that point, a lot of the other units for that day have already ended. So it's just, I've had so many more units canceled in the last 2 weeks than I ever remember. Sometimes it's just luck, you just pick one. I just keep picking ones that the people are gonna pay up. So I was like, okay, let me look out here and see what I can find in Alabama. And I made it all the way out here. I just paid for it in there, so I'm good to go. I was like, please don't let me drive all the way out here and this thing be paid up. I drove a long ways, but it's just me and a U-Haul here at U-Haul. But yeah, Ian hadn't come with me here lately, or Leah. We got somebody that works for me at the store that they have some family emergency going on, so they have not been working, so we're a little bit short-handed. So I'm by myself again, but it's right here, 319. So let me get pulled up here, and then we'll see what we got. Okay. All right, here at the unit, but like I said, we are in Alabama, at Gadsden, Alabama. So 10 by 20 unit. There's a mattress right in the front. There's a ton of boxes though. 120 bucks. So no way to lose. Hopefully we're gonna find some goodies hidden in here. If we find anything cool at all, anything good at all, then it'll turn out really good. But here we go. Here's the mattress I'm talking about. But if you look, boxes. Now, there may be a bunch of dirty couches all up underneath there. I don't know, but look, lots of boxes. Maybe a lot of garbage in the boxes, but you don't know until you get here and you open it up. We got a box that says Puzz there. I'm assuming maybe it's Puzzles, but I don't know. Maybe somebody's name is Puzz, their nickname or something. But little plastic toy knife there, but extension cords, jumper cables, caulk gun. Looks like I think a VHS maybe in there, or that kind of looks like a puzzle. Oh, right here. That says puzzles, so I guess those are puzzles. Something Santa Claus 2016. Looks like clothes though. Stuffed animals. I don't know. Maybe find some vintage toys in here. Who knows? Who knows? But they got lots of banana boxes. I see a big Keurig box back there for like a newer Keurig, but I think there's something else thrown in there. Look at the ceiling on this thing. For some reason, they kind of halfway decided to cover up the rafters with some sheetrock. Why they didn't just leave it like that, I don't know. So, all right, but let's dig in, see what we can find here. All right, I just noticed this. I got to show this. Yesterday, I went and bought pallets, and one of the pallets was pretzels, and one of the bags was open, and I was actually throwing. I was up there, and Ann was down here, and then another guy was helping me. I don't know if anybody that's been watching a long time, Keith, he was actually helping me yesterday. They were both down here, and I started throwing the pretzels at them, and they were landing all over the place. So I just drove from Dallas, Georgia, all the way to Gadsden, Alabama. Pretty long ways. And look what made it all the way on the ride, just sitting on the bumper of this U-Haul. Pretzel just rode that whole way. That's kind of crazy that it made it all this way without falling off. All right, just loaded that mattress up, so now that that's out of the way, you can get a little better look here and see the large volume of boxes and bags that are in here, with hopefully some treasures hidden inside. But this is just a good old-fashioned junker, and honestly, sometimes these are fun to go through, and sometimes you can do very well, at least I do, running a lot of this kind of stuff through the auction, because sometimes it's just, you kind of start, when you get regular, you start getting the same old stuff, and you get these junk ones, sometimes you kind of find a few odd things and kind of kitschy, unusual stuff, like, you know, unusual stuffed animals or just little collectibles and stuff. But we'll see what we find here. All right, there is actually a Santa in there. Those little decorative Santa statues. They just had some clothes kind of shoved around it. All right, puzzle box, and that's what it is puzzles here, as you can see. Puzzles look like they've been opened. Sometimes you get somebody has a bunch of puzzles and most of them aren't even open. These have all been opened though. It's kind of interesting puzzle right here, the Bell Valley, like the Bell, Colorado puzzle. All right, this box is fragile, so the first box here saying fragile, let's see what kind of stuff they had in there. It's funny, sometimes you'll get people, they'll have just the weirdest stuff they'll call fragile. All right, this kind of looks like a neat little box. We got look at the old oil can here. People do collect these. There's several of them here. They got a little collection going of oil cans. Those are nice. Look at that one. And then what do we have wrapped up? Here's a salt and pepper shaker from Oklahoma. Whether or not we're going to have the match or not. Maybe, maybe not. What else do we have? Whoa, almost dropped it. Little unicorn. The bigger piece, let's see. Is it a unicorn also? It is a unicorn. It's a musical, I got a bracelet on it, musical unicorn with a bear riding it. So odds and ends. Oh, here's the other, the match. That's the match to the Oklahoma salt and pepper shakers. What is this? What is this? Okay, Sydney, Australia. A little souvenir. Genuine marlstone, handcrafted cultured marble from Australia. That's pretty neat. And there's more stuff in there, but I am not gonna unwrap every single thing here because, as you can see, I got a lot to do. That's the same unicorn. I just unwrapped it again. Looks like a shoe, like a little decorative shoe. This looks like a little trinket box. So little collectibles and stuff in there. It's a mask trinket box. Okay. Yep, more stuff down in there. Probably some good, some bad, like what you can kind of see here. I mean, not bad, but some good, some not necessarily worth a whole lot. All right, we got the VHSs, it looks like here. Oh my goodness, 3 Ninjas. This was one of my favorites. This was one of my favorites. This is funny. It was like a kid's movie about these. It was about 3 kids that were ninjas, and then they kind of fight off people for, I don't know if they were burglars or they're looking for something, but they fight off these adults and everything. Kenny Chesney Greatest Hits. That one's empty. Empty. Road Trip. Stigmata. So, anyway, let's see what they got on the home videos. Can't quite read that. Dynasty. Mask. Look, Dynasty, The Mask, Tommy Boy. That's cool. That is cool. Okay. Oh, they're Survivors. Walter Matthau and Robin Williams. Alright, so maybe we'll find some, based off of that, maybe we'll find some cool 90s stuff in here. There is a Pioneer Woman box. For dishes. Is that what's in here? There's dishes, but I don't think these are necessarily the ones that came in it. No, it's just a bunch of mixed dishes in there. This box looks, I mean, this bag looks like more stuffed animals. We've got a big Mickey Mouse one here. It's got the tag on it still, but it's not new. I mean, they just never took the tag off. Ooh, we got a John Cena. It's like a $3 little dollar store one. Is this Cookie Monster here? It is, man. He's kind of dirty. Kind of dirty. Sesame Street. Trying to see if there was a year on it. This is kind of a cool Cookie Monster there. Pink Monkey. And there's more stuff down in there. Right here is another box that says Fragile on it. Lisa's Keepsakes. That's what it says right there. A little clock. Little wooden box. Okay, not really much going on in there. Sorry. Ooh, a lot of dust in here. Book there. Candlestick. There's more stuff wrapped up, but we're gonna move on from that. Not looking crazy interesting to me. Underneath there, another box. Lisa's picture bedroom. Old ceramic things, kind of chalkware, maybe call it. I don't know. It's all beat up. There's a picture of it. It's broke. America is Born: A History for Peter. And I think some other, like, I don't know if it's all pictures wrapped up or. And that's like part of a, you know, big trinket box, story box. Maybe the other half is down in there. All right, this unit is full of spiders. Look at this one right here. He's going behind this box. There he is. He's moving kind of slow because he's probably been in here trying to stay warm because it got cold. Even though it's going to get warm today, it was cold last night, so it looks like it's just having a hard time. Oh my gosh. Definitely got to watch out. I don't know what kind that is. I don't think it's anything to worry about, but I'm not 100% on it. Alright, that's a heavy box. You know why? Because it's a whole set of encyclopedias. And maybe more. I don't know. It's a tall box. There might be other books in there too. And right here we got a little amp, I think. First act, okay. And we got a karaoke machine. This is, oops, man, stuck to the ground. Optimus Karaoke. Definitely looks like it's straight out of the 90s. That's some artwork maybe. Okay, well, they're wedged in there. I'll pull them out later. I don't want to try to pull them out now, because then I have to try to get them back in that box to go on the truck. And you got clothing. Oh, wait a minute, look at these. That's kind of the acid wash jeans there. There's a fan box, but not what's in there. It says pastels, but I think there ain't much left of those. Looks like I got some art stuff down in there. Blankets, curtains. Oh, here's a popcorn tin. Oh, the caramel's leaking out the edges there. It's not good. Oh, stuffed animals. Got a little Care Bear monkey. So you can see there's all those stuffed animals that have been in view. Whole bunch of them in that bag. Mostly just a lot of random junk. That is for sure. These are like not books, but journals. Alright, there are some good VHSs in here. A lot of them are just thrown in here and missing the sleeves. Here's Mannequin. That was a funny one. Well, this is pretty cool right here. This is an original from the 90s. What year? 1993 Power Rangers VHS. Day of the Dumpster. But just look how, it just looks so cool, so retro looking there. That's a cool find there. Lots of VHSs I've seen. Like I said, they're not in the best shape. All of them aren't. So there's more right there. Books. Lots more boxes, but a lot of junk, that's for sure. Alright, I just uncovered this treasure chest. Had boxes and stuff on it. Okay, it's got weight to it. There's stuff in it. What are we gonna find? We have a Darth Maul lightsaber, some Nerf guns. No telling what is all buried down in there. Most likely a lot of just straight up junk, but you never know. There's a Power Ranger. I don't think that's a original. No, 2003. That's not an original one, but it's a Power Ranger 2, a newer one also. So, toys, obviously, it's a toy box. Maybe find a treasure once we dig down in there. It's a Transformers toy. And maybe not, I don't see anything obvious that looks real good. There's a State Farm Frisbee. Here is drawing of Cordial. Look at that Cordial, they're shaking hands. Virtue, dignity. They say I have no dignity left. Alright. Here's another one of the fragile boxes. It looks like we got some Norman Rockwell right here on the top. And then some personal. Okay, it looks like a lot of these are personal pictures. It's kind of interesting. So personal and decorative stuff mixed together in there, but it looks like a lot of personal. Lots of books. You got Family Guy, you got Hulk. All kinds of kids books there. Alright, I'm probably about halfway done at the moment. And it's a lot of junk. I mean, the overwhelming majority is either going to be just dig stuff, you know, $1 or $2 a piece or less, or stuff to throw away. Very little stuff to go in the auction. Very little that is worth more than $1 or $2. It's a lot of books, a lot of VHSs. Unfortunately, a lot of the VHSs don't have the sleeves. They're just loose VHSs. And just kind of give you an idea here. I mean, stuff that I can make a little off of, but not, you know, anything high dollar. Lots of books. I mean, I can make some lots, like you get these R.L. Stine books in here. That's not R.L. Stine, that's like a knockoff or R.L. Stine Christopher Pike. But so you're kind of seeing here, kind of stuff you get. Clifford, I mean. And we'll put these in the dig. That's a Shel Silverstein. I don't know if that's like where the sidewalk ends, or yep, where the sidewalk ends. This is the dust cover. None of it's in. Most everything's, you know, got a lot of wear and everything. And here, I'll open this one to kind of show you an example of another one. I don't even know what's in here, but I just know what kind of stuff's going to be based off of all the boxes we've been seeing so far. This is just kind of some mugs, just random trash mixed in. Everything's kind of dingy and dirty. Nothing high end. Broken mug there. So like I said, most of it's either trash or dig area. The saving grace is very cheap, $120. And the volume of it will definitely add up, even if you're just quarter 50 cent, dollar at a time. There is this piece of furniture. It looks like I think it has a base and a couple other pieces. Lots of drawers, but it's just like the other stuff. It's not in perfect shape. All right, nothing in there. And then every now and then you'll see like boxes like this fryer, the pressure washer box, the Keurig, and at least so far, none of that stuff's been in there. It's always just been other stuff. It's just a lot of really similar, just junk. Books, just weird mix, you know, stuff like coat hangers and VHSs. There are some good VHSs mixed in there, but a lot of them with no sleeves, and most of the time, most VHSs are only not gonna get a whole lot for them. Yeah, I know there are a few of them out there that are worth some money. But you never know, we're still digging, and then you never know once we start pulling stuff out. But like I said, the volume, just the sheer volume of the amount of items, it'll add up. How much? That is yet to be determined. Might not ever really know, because it's hard to keep up with the dig stuff, because a lot of stuff gets mixed together in that area. Okay, just found hidden between this and that, this little jewelry cabinet stuck in between there. Rough condition. Is there going to be anything in it? I mean, I would be shocked if there's anything worth much based off of everything else we've been finding, but you just never know. Does this lift open? It does. It is empty. It's pretty nasty. Anything in here? One today is worth two tomorrows. Okay. Some random junk. Is this a road flare? No, it's epoxy. But I saw the card and everything. I thought it was like a flare for a second. Some tiny shells. Nothing really going on in there. Staples. Well, we got something back there. Maybe if there was anything in here, it got thrown in a box or something in the unit here. We got a scorpion on that. Avon. It says Avon on it. Same thing there. Got an earring. And a little chain. Okay. None of that looks like much of anything. Back under here. So this drawer. Oh, look at this. We got Chuck E. Cheese playing cards there. Flip that over. We got a smash penny from Rock City. Two of them from Rock City. Two smashed Rock City pennies. We got a mother pendant here. Probably Avon or something, but alright, so what is this? It's like a little person. It's one of those little kids, I guess, with a birthstone stuck in it. I think this is silver. Yep, that is sterling silver on that. And little snowman, little bracelet. Is it another one of these scorpion things? No, not a scorpion, but similar style. Alright, so kind of what you'd expect. Not much of nothing. Oh wow, a shocking development. Something besides the random junk in the boxes and something actually in something here. Got a nice Johnson level here with the stand. Alright, this thing is dirty, but who remembers the dinosaur show, the Sinclairs? This is baby Sinclair. Look at his toe. He's got the pull string, but like so many of these long ones, when you pull it, he talks 100 miles a minute. So you can't understand him anymore. But baby Sinclair. It's a funny find right there. Alright, now this is really cool. It's, you know, not in perfect shape, but this is an actual like promotional poster that would have been hanging up. Florida Championship Wrestling Live, one night only, the American Dream Tour with Dusty Rhodes. It's got a picture of Dusty Rhodes there. 8 big matches, Saturday, August 21st, 8 p.m. Brooksville Armory. Tickets online. Buddy's Home Furnishing is sponsoring it. I don't know what year exactly that it is, but that is a cool poster for people that are into wrestling for sure. Not in perfect shape. He's got a hole right here in his chest, and another hole there, and it's rough around the edges. But that's cool because that's going to be a unique one that you're not gonna probably find much of, or any of maybe. So that's pretty cool. And I've seen no other wrestling stuff either, so it's kind of interesting. All right, I got back a little bit to go to the store. I've been inside, and I just remembered about the pretzel. We're gonna see. I can already see it from here. The pretzel did make it. Oh my goodness, though! Look at this. Oh, I thought it had broken into more pieces. No, it's still there. It's crazy because I'm like going over railroad tracks and hitting potholes and going, I mean, all kinds of stuff. And that thing just sits up here on this bumper. It's a super pretzel. It's amazing. All right, just started unloading this stuff. Here's my start of my pile. It'll fill all this up. 10 feet plus tall right in here. If we come out here, as you can see, it was all the way full. Got a long ways to go. That's all trash that was in there. There's several mattresses. There was a mattress that was in the very front, and then I ended up finding these in the back. These two twin size mattresses. Trash. Rugs, trash. Plenty of trash mixed in, but a lot of stuff for our dig area, which is our $5 and under area. Not a whole lot of stuff for the auction area. So like I said, not a real good unit, but only it's the fact that it was cheap and there's so much of it will make a little bit of money, but definitely not what I'm looking for. Looking for, you know, always gonna have the dig stuff, so I'm not worried about that. I'm, you know, always looking for stuff we can put in our auction and make a few more dollars than a lot of the stuff in the dig goes for $1, 25 cents, 50 cents, even free. We give a lot of it away, but you never know. Could find a surprise or two in here, but I don't think there's going to be anything real great based off of the boxes I was looking through. Like I said, a few decent things, but nothing real good. All right, here we are with our mountain of banana boxes. Anne's over here going through stuffed animals. Look, she's putting all the monkeys here. They're all my banana boxes. So, and then she put a snake up there. She says she didn't do it. She says that they did that on their own. But finding a couple things, like I said, a lot of this is going to be trash, and then a lot of it's just going to be junk. But with all that stuff, you're going to have to find a few things. Look at this right here. This is kind of cool. Found this little Elmer Fudd here. Found some Elizabeth Taylor white diamonds, perfume and stuff like that. What else we find? Like this is, we're filling up dig stuff, stuffed animals, books. Oh, we got a little Care Bears, a little lion from Care Bears, some wrestling figures. Lots of stuffed animals. Some are too dirty to sell, but a lot of them are pretty good. This is kind of neat right here. We just found this dirty, needs a little wipe down, but this Peanuts Dancing Lucy, which doesn't work because batteries, you know, obviously dead, but still pretty cool. $4 at Dollar General at some point, but just the graphics on there, pretty cool looking. But we are still, we just started digging in. So we're going to scrounge around and cipher through and hopefully find a few surprise items in here. But I haven't seen one banana yet. Alright, this is what I was hoping maybe we'd find some stuff like this. We found one so far here. We got the retro Alan Jackson t-shirt here. You can see the jersey's tag there, so it is an older one. It's got print on the back also. We've been finding, I've never heard of this cigarette brand, but I mean, I don't smoke, so I don't know a whole lot about them, but Dakota Cigarettes jean jacket. And then a lot of these jackets from Patrick's of Nashville and Memphis. I don't know if that's really something or not, but like Letterman's jackets and stuff. The banana box unit is long gone. I ended up not filming hardly any of it once I got it back here because it was pretty rough. We're moved on. I'm like 3 units past that now. I moved on, but it was probably, I would say, 50% stuff that went into the dumpster. About 48% stuff went to the dig up there. That's our $5 under area. And then maybe about 1% stuff that we were able to put in the auction or sell in other places. So that's pretty rough. But there was a large volume of stuff, and I only paid $120. But it just wasn't worth it because of the amount of time to take to go and get it, to bring it back, and all of the sorting through and all the throwing away. We filled up the dumpster one time just completely solid full, almost all of cardboard, all those banana boxes. But I'll show you just a couple things that came out of there that are in this auction, the last of that stuff. A lot of VHSs. So you can see all these VHSs were in there. Trying to think of much of anything else. Not a lot, but some of the VHSs are doing pretty good in the auction. Actually, those Nintendo controllers, just some odds and ends here and there. Those VHSs, like I said, tons of stuff up there in the dig. So it made some money, just, it was rough going. All these Power Rangers VHS ended up finding some R.L. Stine books, Christopher Pike books, and probably a few other things around here in this area that I'm missing. Can't really think of much of anything. That's, you know, that's just how little there was. Mostly VHSs and books. Tons and tons of books up in the dig area. But no hidden treasure, anything that was worth a whole lot of money for one item, that's for sure. But we've moved on, and I was gonna film more, but we just kept opening boxes and just not really finding much at all. I mean, there was a lot of boxes I'd pull out, 1, 2, or 3 maybe I was throwing the dig, and the rest of it was trash. Actually, that was pretty much the norm, or a box full of books or a box full of VHSs. So that's it for that one. We're wrapping that one up, moving on, but we've got much better units to show you since then that we've been working on. So stay tuned. If you like this video, give us a thumbs up, leave a comment, subscribe if you haven't already. Y'all have a good one.